Time now to focus in on basketball and the upcoming BAL Nile Conference. Michael Gbinije was born in and grew up in America. His dad, who hails from Nigeria, played football or soccer, but Mike chose to apply his athletic ability into basketball. He joined the Cape Town Tigers at the end of last year and is currently in Egypt with the team as they get their Nile Conference campaign underway. The team have been overhauled since they ended in the BAL quarterfinals last time out. Gbinije joins us now. Very good evening and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. What is the vibe like then? Are the team ready to get going?
I would like to think the team is ready. I'm really excited and eager to get started, to tell the truth. We have big expectations, honestly winning expectations, but, it's one thing to say, another thing to go out and do it, but I'm excited.
Have you guys been able to get out in court and just get a feel for the venue?
Yeah, I want to say we had about 4 or 5 practices now. We have more as well before our first game against Slack. So we're just trying to prepare and be at the best of our game.
Can you tell us a little bit about your journey with basketball and arriving in South Africa to play for the Cape Town Tigers? What was behind that decision?
Yeah, so one of the guys in charge of Cape Town Tigers, Raphael Edwards, he reached out to me around the summer last year and asked me if I was interested. Didn't know much about South Africa to begin with, the team, but, took that leap of faith and really happy that I joined the Cape Town Tigers and got a chance to experience South Africa as a whole.
What did your dad say when you said you're going to be going to play basketball in South Africa?
He's just supportive of everything I do, basketball related. He doesn't really question my decisions. So, it was a good experience for me, and he was just confident in me to take care of business.
What does it mean for you, having Nigerian heritage, to actually be playing a game that you excel in and love on the continent?
It's one thing to be American, but then when you also have African in your background, and you kind of get a chance to experience both sides. And, Africa as a continent, I think, is trying to improve and make a big step, just becoming more basketball-oriented, even South Africa as well. So to be able to be a part of that is pretty exciting.
So the team, as I said, has undergone a huge overhaul since they ended in the quarterfinals of the BAL last time out. You've got Rashid Hazard, a man who worked closely with Kobe Bryant, former assistant at the LA Lakers and the New York Knicks. You've got Zaire Wade. You've got Josh Hall that's joined the team. Can you just tell us what it's been like with all of the new guys, new coach, just getting everybody to really synergize and buy into the same vision?
It's pretty exciting when you talk about coach's history. You get a chance to play with Zaire Wade. Josh Hall was in the NBA. So, there's that excitement, and everybody kind of brings what they can do to the table. And it's our job as a team to kind of figure out how we can put it together to make sense and be productive for us on the basketball court. But overall, I like our chances. I think it's been really good to work with all 3 of them and everybody else as well.
What's been the kind of reaction from the South African players with all the international guys?
I can't speak for everybody, but for me, they gave me a name. They gave me a Zulu name. It's Tulani, or Thulani. I want to say Tulani because I'm kind of quiet. I'm kind of chill. I'm not the type to talk a lot, so I think my relationship with the South African guys, the locals, has been pretty good so far, and that's something I want to continue.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the Nile Conference opponents. Al Ahly, City Oilers, Petro de Luanda, Club Ferroviario. Do you know much about them?
I know a decent amount of players on each team, and we obviously played against Petro in 2 games in the exhibition. Last time I was here at the Cape Town Tigers right before the Sweet 16, rose to the BAL tournament. Every team in this league, I think, can beat every team. And for us, I really like our chances against each team. But we just got to kind of put our best foot forward and make teams beat us and not beat ourselves.
It's going to be quite easy to get through the Nile Conference. You just got to end in the top 4, so you have to be better than just one team. Are you guys thinking like that already? Like what you're going to do to make the playoffs?
Me personally, I'm shooting for the number one seed. I'm thinking long term. I want to, obviously the end goal is championship, but I want to be the team that's number one, and we're playing as the number fourth seed in Rwanda. So that's kind of my goal. That's my mindset. Whatever happens, happens. But that's the intention. That's the focus I'm trying to bring into these games.
You played for the NBA with the Detroit Pistons after a college career with Duke and with Syracuse. Can you tell us a little bit about your basketball journey and how you feel now being here in South Africa?
I think my NBA experience kind of carries over to today. I got a chance to kind of see how they ran things in the NBA, what worked for me, what didn't, and kind of bring that leadership into today's game. As far as like my college days, I got a chance to play for Coach K, probably one of the best coaches of all time. And you just take these little habits from coaches. And so I got a chance to play with a lot of amazing players, a lot of amazing coaches. I just try to embody that and try to bring it out in my leadership.
What have you learned from Coach Hazard?
A lot, actually. Our relationship is steady going. Obviously we've only been together for about 7-8 weeks now, but he's one of those guys I know that has our backs, and we're trying to always match the level. He sets the tone for us in practice. We're always trying to match that level and just be. You don't want to be that guy that messes up in practice because he's always that guy that's pointing stuff out. So. He kind of brings the level of practice up, like I said, but in the games it's up to us, so we got to return the favor.
So the playoffs are currently underway in the NBA. Have you been able to watch a lot of the games?
Yeah, I've been keeping up with the NBA playoffs a little bit. Obviously got teams that I root for, players that I root for, but I think the playoffs have been exciting to watch.
Yeah, so you want to tell us who those players are and those teams that you've been rooting for and who you think will take the championship this year?
I'm going to take the time right now to say I'm a big LeBron fan, so if the Lakers can do well, that would be perfect for me. Yeah. A lot of them said LeBron was too old. They weren't going to make the playoffs this year. Here he is now, up in the series. So I'm just going to focus on LeBron for right now. The GOAT.
Your father played football. You chose to play basketball, I understand, because you say that your guys' structure is just very different. When your dad sees the kind of growth of basketball on the continent, what does he say? Do you think that he maybe would have been involved if it had been as big as it is now when he was growing up?
I don't think so, just because, my dad obviously played football. My dad's also 5'9", 5'10". I'm 6'6". Two different body types, two different heights. He grew up in Africa before he played professional soccer, and I grew up in America. So there's also two different countries, two different cultures. I think we both chose the right sport for our situations.
So BAL is quite new. Were you, having been exposed now to everything that's going on, are you quite impressed with what's going on in Africa when it comes to the game?
Yeah, I am. I think there's a lot of talent in Africa, and I also think it's also fair and right and kind of justified for Africans to have a bigger opportunity in basketball. I know for me in America and the States, there was just more courts, more environments. Like basketball was like part of the culture, and I think with the continent of Africa as a whole, I think basketball is starting to not take over, but like starting to increase.
Michael Gbinije, a player for the Cape Town Tigers, thank you so much for your time here on Newzroom Afrika. All the best of luck as the Nile Conference gets underway in just 2 days' time for your team.